Hey there everybody, and welcome to the fifth and final part of 9, The Last Resort. As you remember last time, we managed to pick up a key, and what that key goes to is actually the attic. Now, we haven't actually been to the attic yet, and, well, that's because it's locked. The staircase itself, kind of looked at back in the second or first video, but it's this stairway over here to the right. And with the use of our horribly obtained key, and the confusion of how to operate a door, you actually have to double click on it. Allows us access to the attic. With proper creepy music and really odd random signs. That's supposed to be some clue to another puzzle, but it's really not necessary. And we get this rather confusing puzzle? I wouldn't even call it a puzzle, really. You just kind of have to force your way through and get across.
Made it beyond those cretins, did ya? Not too shabby. Hey, over here! Come see my etchings!
Right.
Mine is the sole Earth species named by a gap-toothed conservationist warmongering chief executive.
Roosevelt would be spinning in his grave, but let's go ahead and check out his toy box. Thankfully there are no etchings in it. Instead, well, we have this, well, it seems to be some kind of key card that says BAMO. What does this go to? Well, it's used in the elevator. Thankfully there's an elevator nearby.
What you have there must be hot. The double dilemma wanted pretty bad.
Right, I'm sure he was keeping it safe, but let's go ahead and call up the elevator.
Where's the tree to scratch your back when you need one?
And let's get away from this terrifying teddy bear. But what we have to use it in is this slot right here. I certainly missed that god-awful sound effect, but what that did was it allowed us access to the basement. And I can't even begin to overstate how much the basement is only 2 rooms, and one of those rooms is so awful. I can't even, well, there's no reason to describe it when we get to see it. And welcome to the high-intensity action portion of our game. So what we have to do is shoot rats using our little pea shooter. By holding down control and firing on the rats and shooting one of them, we get a machine gun. But it's based on a time limit, and otherwise we are left to our little 6-shooter. And the 6-shooter, well, to reload it, we have to click on the lower portion of the screen. And while we're doing all this, we also have to deal with the larger rat crawling out from the back. Whenever that larger rat gets to us, well, all this gets restarted. And how many rats do we have to shoot? Well, if you look along the upper corner of the screen, you'll notice that there are some Christmas lights. Those Christmas lights, well, we have to fill them all the way up. And you see how many Christmas lights there are? Yes, there's a lot. A very unnecessary, huge amount. And as we continue through this and get closer and closer to the end, the rats start speeding up more and more and more and more, to the point where, well, they're not really out for that long. And the larger rats keep coming out more and more quickly, and this is all just a huge clusterfuck that doesn't need to be in. And also realize this is sped up at 2 times speed. So, yeah, this entire part Took me a very long time. And well, we only have one left, but the big rats keep on coming out, and let's not watch that again. Boop. So yeah, this is at normal speed, and about 30 minutes later, a lot of anger later. Yeah, I can't even begin to explain how frustrating that entire section was. But what is our reward for it? It's a dead end. Hooray! Also, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but actually our reward is over here in this little drawer.
Good, you found it. The twins must not lay their hands on this. They cannot gain control of the resort.
That's right, our final Muse Machine piece, the monocle that we saw at the very beginning of the game. Also, it looks like a diagram of the Muse Machine itself. And what do we have out here? But, well, it's a little view of the future. But since we have the final Muse Machine piece, why don't we go ahead and go back to the Muse Machine? And go ahead and shove this baby in.
This is it. It's all I could have hoped for.
Well, that doesn't sound like the sound of success, so what the hell happened?
You have yet to dance the last dance, and we do signify last. Descend to our level, O exalted wimp!
So there's no other place to go, so we might as well head down. And we find ourselves in the middle of a very random jungle. Not really sure why there would be a tropical jungle here in the back of the resort, but, you know, this game doesn't make a shit ton of sense. And this little hut right here is going to be our final destination of the game. And this little guy obviously looks familiar. He's on the cover of the game. And what do we have over here? We have what appears to be a picture of what's supposed to be the front door, but that really doesn't look like the front door at all. And we get a little hint involving the colors. Obviously, yellow and blue make green, and yellow means 1 time, and blue means 3 times. So that's all that's going to be part of this organ puzzle.
Focus your concentration. The ancient totems possess the power to feed from your energy.
Welcome home, oblivious. The fun starts here.
And this is the final ultra shitty puzzle of the game. We have set of totems in front of us, and I'll be explaining all this in the
Never
thread.
assume. It makes an ass of you a worthy effort. Attend to what the totems tell you.
And we have to get through 4 different combinations, and if you screw up 3 times on any of these combinations, it's game over. It's not even going back to the main menu, it's the game just shuts down.
Morrison is blocking our view.
Not to mention you can't actually press any of the keys while
Turning back is
the
not
Aerosmith
an option.
brothers are rambling on.
Watch the clock. Hear those seconds tick, tick, ticking by. Ah, commendable progress to be sure, yet the twins are far from contained. Relax.
And I really cannot explain enough how difficult these totems are, because they are just a combination of everything that you've already learned over the course of the game, and since there's pretty much a time limit here they don't tell you about, and every time Steven Tyler laughs, you cannot press a key.
Try my patience. This is no mere game on this side of the screen.
Come on, Steven, I don't even know what's so funny. Just stop laughing and let me put in these fucking combinations.
So much misery caused by such a homunculus cur.
Sweet, we're almost
As you know
done.
the other hues, the computation of this one shall be a like challenge.
And you may notice the green one in the center. That is actually where that whole yellow and blue and being a middle is too. It's, I'll explain in the thread. It's really complicated, kind of.
Ingenious! Now you encounter the concluding leap of faith. Prevail, and you shall reinstate the Muse Machine. Do not permit the twins to flee from your possession. Do not chafe. Scrutinize. Were there such a note? Where might that note go?
And you may remember that there was no
I
M.
am not one given
But
easily to flattery.
The
But
M
you
was
deserve
supposedly in
exalted
between
renown
the
for
O
achieving
and
what
N.
so many others have failed. Huzzah!
Huzzah! This game is shit. But it's time for the ending. The horrible ending.
But come along, right here with me, 'cause there's a place you gotta be. Come right on back here to the lobby. You gotta hear our finale. Welcome our guest right here. I helped them trap the twosome. I'll tell you it was gruesome. Hail, hail, let's give out a cheer.
The Muse Machine is back in here. Yeah! Because of your courage, all of us feel whole again. And thanks to your spirit, this place is home again.
Cause you know, beyond a doubt, this guy just couldn't do without all the help I came across with in the toxic twin blowout.
Oh, kid, a salty boy. We know what you're saying, it don't need translating.
Let's beat the drums for joy.
Last resort begin again. Ooh, make it funky.
All right, kid, you got it, yeah!
You've really done it, honey. Look what you've done. Kick-started something grand. Where others crapped out big time, you've done it right. You drew the winning hand. Remember old Thurston's last wish to make this place brimming with art reborn. Now don't be too modest, you've won our esteem. Respect and bodice, a hero to the manor born.
Just don't think that you did it by yourself, kid.
And now, the happy band of wandering minstrels that made 9 tangible.
And that was the end of our game. I don't even know what to say to that. That was such a wonderful payoff to doing all these wonderful, wonderful puzzles and just... oh god, my eyes are bleeding. But yeah, I guess we saved art and everything is better now. Some place, I don't know. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed 9 The Last Resort, and this is Nigroth saying so long.